Welcome back, my free folks, to our journey towards freedom series and our building an NPC sub-series. Today's topic will be about independence and taking responsibility for your doings. I will be talking from the Poland's perspective about the work environment, about how the school is doing. So take it with a grain of salt if something is not accurate in your country. So how school tells you that it prepares you for adulthood, it prepares you to be an independent being and responsible adult in the future. But how does this try to aim to achieve this? And how actually it fails to do so? Let's take a look at the typical day of a stereotypical teen walking to a high school. Our student wakes up probably around 7:30 a.m. and is in the school from 8 to 4 p.m. Then he goes back to home and parents orders him to go learn, go study or do your homework. If they have paid for some lessons, they may be driving him to some private activities, maybe some additional English classes, or if he doesn't do well in given subject, maybe some kind of private lessons. Almost whole day for our little student is managed by someone else. School dictates what you will be doing in the given day, what you will be learning, what subject after subject you will be going to and learning today, what topics on this particular subject you will be also learning. You have almost no freedom to choose what you want to do in a particular day. Let's say today you want to focus mostly on some kind of the physics or chemistry and you want to dedicate whole day to it. You are not able to do it in the school when you're going in the school. You have 45 minutes of a given lesson. If you are lucky, maybe you have two of the lessons, one after another. So you have, like, for example, I don't know, two chemistry lessons, one after another. So it's an hour and 30 minutes to cover some kind of the topics, but most of the time it's 45 minutes. Then you go into physical education, and today you would like to focus on yourself, a little bit on individual progress. Maybe you want to make some gains through or achieve a better format push-ups, but no, the trainer decides today you're going to be playing football or volleyball again. So no control. You are not independent being able to decide for yourself. School doesn't help you with this. They are choosing everything for you. You have no control over it, how and when you will be learning, how long it takes for you to be learning. Then you go to the university, and in Poland, you almost have no choice either. There are a little subset of all the subjects you can actually choose from yourself. But most of the time, most of the subjects, they will be given you by the university and you will have to just follow them. You cannot just remove them from your curriculum because you don't need them. You decide to not need them. School prevents you from taking the responsibility for your own actions and decisions. They want you to be a non-independent being because independent being is a threat to them. So they want people to be submissive, that they can control them, their whole days, what they will be doing. They go into the so-called adult life, whereas they are still a little bigger children because they go to work. And in Poland, in work, you have this contract, a typical contract between employer and employee, which states how much you will be earning, how much money will be taken out from you and paid by the employer, not by you, by the employer. So you don't even know how much you're paying. You will be told how many days off you can take from your work because you, as a responsible, independent adult, cannot decide for yourself how much time you want to dedicate of your life to work and how much you want to dedicate for leisure time, for some kind of holidays. No, the state and system decides how many days you can take within a year so you can have some kind of the days off. Going back to these contracts, you agree to some kind of the payment for your work, and on the paper, you have some kind of the number. This is a magical number because it It is not real at all. You never receive such a money in your hand as an employee. You receive this money deducted by some kind of the partial taxes. But also employer don't pay such an amount to our government. He has to pay a bit more. So this magical number is existing only on this paper, only on this contract, and is never paid by the employer, only you'll never receive it as an employee. Flowing, since employer pays for everything for you, all those taxes, you don't even know how much taxes you have to pay. You cannot even change the way you are taxed. There are different types of taxes you may be able to pay. Some of them are mandatory, some of them are optional. If you are independent, working on for your own, you are the employer, let's say, and working on the B2B contracts. But if you are a regular worker, just an employee, you don't get to decide. You are on the basic scale and progressive tax, and you cannot change it, for example, to linear one. There's no way for you to optimize and decide for yourself how much taxes should I actually pay. You can't even opt out from this. No matter what kind of the type of work you do, even if you are self-employed or working for someone else, you cannot, for example, opt out from the retirement plan. You can decide, okay, I'm a responsible, independent adult. I will take care of my own finances and secure my life on the retirement when I'm no longer able to work. No way. System treats you then like a child. No. We will take your money and secure it for your elder life, and then we will be deciding how much per month we should be giving you back. Well, of course, it is a pyramidal structure. We need, with our low demography, young people cannot expect really to receive any kind of money from this system when they go into retirement. So we still have to secure our own finances, or we will just starve to death, and we'll be relying on other people, on our friends, on our mothers, on the goodwill of others. So school, work environment don't help you at all with being independent, making your own decisions, and taking the responsibility for them, facing the consequences. Because let's say after you end the high school in Poland, you are entering the test called Matura, which is like the exam, and the result of this exam gives you permission to enter for the university. You go with this exam, and based on your results, you may be on a better or worse university. You may attempt to go there. So let's say after high school, you fail this Matura exam. Now, assuming your parents can support you for another year, you don't have to go to work. They will cover your food, they will take care of you, or you will still have a place to sleep in your own room as you have before. Now you have whole year for you to learn and educate yourself the way you want to do it in order to achieve better results on Matura exam in the next year, because you can repeat this test if you fail it. You spend 1 year, and now nobody is telling you when to learn, how to learn, what you should learn, what you should be doing. You can spend whole year doing exactly nothing and not even getting closer to achieving your goal. Or you can create some kind of plan and try to go on and see how it's going. You may be failing, you may be succeeding, but you will be the one in charge right now. You will be now in charge, and if you don't motivate yourself, you will not decide, okay, I will have to now learn this and this. Then you can fail. It's a great example for you to become more aware of the consequences of your own actions. So let's say you fail another year. Doesn't matter, this is really that bad. You can then take all this knowledge, take these failures, and learn from them. So the next time you attempt this exam, you will be better prepared. You will know, okay, when I was trying to get in myself, I failed at this and this. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't disciplined enough to actually study on a regular basis, to create a plan of what and how I will be learning. This is the best way to create an independent being. Teach people how to learn. Teach those young children not what to learn, just trying to repeat everything the teacher is throwing at them. Because that's not an independent being. That's just a monkey repeating, or a parrot repeating the words without thinking, without thought, taking decisions, having to take care of the consequences and taking the responsibility for their own actions. But the system doesn't want people to be an independent beings, being able to think for themselves, or taking actions and being aware of the consequences, because then the system will maybe not need it anymore. You will not need a system if you are the responsible human being, being able to take care of yourself, secure your retirement, and you don't need system to take care. For example, if you want to work for someone, you can go on and create some kind of agreement contract between you and the employer, how you want to do it. You will be signing it. You don't need a contract that will be secured somewhere by system. The faster we allow children and teenagers to take responsibility, let them make their own mistakes and decide for themselves, the faster and the better they will grow. They will grow much faster and much better than those who are always kept and always told what to do. Take me, for example, when I was like 5, 6 years old, we were on a vacations, and there were lots of shops with some kind of the toys for children. I would go in these holiday resorts. I would go first day to all of them and begging my parents, please buy me this, daddy, I need this toy, I need this and that. Come on, buy me. I would start making some kind of fool, start crying, shouting, maybe, creating a mess. And they would either agree or disagree. So they come up with an idea. They will give me some kind of the pocket money. And now this is all the money I have for my own shopping. And I can do with this money whatever I want. Any toy I want to buy, I can go pay with my own money and call it a day. The next year, with this solution implemented, I go through the shops again and bought every useless toy I found that was caught my eye. So I was out of the money within the first day. But then I couldn't go buy an ice cream. I couldn't go buy this. I didn't have money for that. So I came to my parents. Please, can you lend me a little bit of money? I would like to borrow so I can buy an ice cream. I was already faced with the consequences of my own actions. That spending all this pocket money or the useless stuff that I will be not using after 2 days is not worth it. So another year passed. We go on another holidays. I get this pocket money. Now I think 2, 3, 4 times before buying even a toy in the same shops, in these resorts, and I come back either with a little bit of spare money, or I divided this money to have some kind of spare throughout the whole time we were on the holidays. So I grew up learning about money and being an independent being much faster, just because I was giving a little bit of the independence from my parents. They no longer took care of the finances. I had to care of my finances, and it made me realize that, okay, money is not infinite. There is a scarce resource for this. I have to now plan and decide if something is worth it or not. Whenever I wanted to buy something, I had to save some up of the money myself so I can buy. For example, I wanted to buy a Game Boy. Games for Game Boy. I had to save up enough money so I could buy them. It taught me responsibility. And if we give enough room for children to be, so they can take care of themselves, they can decide and actually be in charge of their own decisions, actions of their days, they will be failing. They will be failing for sure. But they can learn from this and become a really responsible human beings in the future. Those that we want in a free world, that will be able to break from the chains from the system, that they don't need a system to babysit for them. They can take care of themselves in the future. That's all for today. Hope you found this topic interesting. As always, I'm Arek, and you can visit more of my materials regarding freedom and natural law on my website, tridentoffreedom.com, and I will see you next time. Bye.